Okay, so let's go for the first trap. Now the game starts with e4 and d5, normal Scandinavian defense. So in this way, we are not going to take the pawn, we are letting the knight up, and then if he takes the pawn, now you can play knight g5. Why knight g5? To attack the pawn and to take back our pawn. Okay, so now he will play f6 because black we don't want to give his pawn, and he is greedy, so he is not letting ours to take our pawn with the knight. So now here in this move we will play d3, giving one other pawn, and so here the black have the double pawn, right? So black is desperately want to take the pawn. So he takes the pawn and thinking he get rid of the double pawn. So now you can take this pawn with your bishop. So see, your bishop is getting out and your knight is also aiming for the hotspot square, right? So for this he will simply push the h6. Why? To get rid of the knight, because knight is attacking on the hotspot pawn, right? The f7 pawn. So but here this is a blunder. Why? Because you can sacrifice the knight on f7. Why? The idea is to give the fork to the king and the rook, to the queen and the rook. And now if the king takes the knight, then one more great move comes. The bishop goes to g6 check. Now see, the king cannot go here and there, so king will simply take the bishop, and now I will take the queen. And see how you will gain the queen in just a few moves. Okay, so let's move to trap number 2. So now the game starts with e4, d5, Scandinavian defense, taking the pawn, and now the queen will take the pawn. So now I am playing the knight to c3, gaining a tempo to the queen, so queen will move. So now the black move the queen, and I will play normal developing move, which is knight f3. So now I am playing knight f3, and now in the usual 70 to 80% of the game, the opponent black will simply put pin the knight. So black is playing bishop g4, pinning the knight to the queen. So it is very obvious, right? He will pin your knight to the queen. And now I will simply get rid of the pin by playing the move h3. So h3 played, and now the bishop captures the knight in this position, and now the queen takes the bishop, and now he will black develop the knight. Knight c6 developing the knight. But now I will simply put the bishop here to b5, attacking the knight, and the knight is already attacked by the queen. So it is a double attack, right? If the bishop takes the knight, the pawn will capture and the queen will capture the knight with the double attack to the king and the rook. So that's why the black will play the move queen to b6. He is playing queen b6 to attack my counter my double attack by putting the queen and adding one more defender to the knight, right? And now in this position, white comes with an incredible idea, which to put the knight to d5 and attacking the queen, right? And now knight is attacking the queen, and if the knight moves, the queen and the bishop is already aiming towards the knight. So now in this position, black played queen a5. And if you are thinking if the knight takes or any happen, the queen will capture the bishop. So this is not going to be happen, because white can simply put the knight here to fork the king and the queen, right? So that's why now white have an incredible idea to put the pawn here. And see, the queen doesn't have any hardly square, safe square that the queen can go. So queen cannot go here because of the bishop, the queen cannot go here because of the knight, the queen cannot also go here and here. So queen will simply take the bishop, and now the knight will go here to fork the queen and the king. So now the king will move obviously, and you will take the queen and win the game. Okay, so let's move to the trap number 3. The game starts with e4, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, and knight to c3, reaching towards the Scandinavian defense and gaining tempo towards the king. So now the queen moves, and now the queen is moving, and I will play the b4. Why? I am gambiting the pawn here. If the queen takes, and now I will put the move knight b5. Why knight b5? It is guarded by the bishop, and I am going to work for the fork to the king and the rook. And now the black will simply move the queen to a5 to stop the fork. And now here comes another idea, which to put the bishop to c4. Why bishop c4? Because it is attacking the hotspot pawn towards the king, right? And also you don't have to forget about this, the knight is attacking here and here. If the queen moves and square, the knight will simply do the fork here. So now in this position, many of the people fall for the trap and push the pawn here like c6. he pushes the pawn, like he is thinking the knight will move and the knight is no longer to do the 4. But here white comes with an incredible idea, which is sacrificing the knight on f7. So, and now, not knight, that's a bishop, and now the bishop is sacrificed, and now if the king takes, like thinking why he's giving the free bishop, and now the king takes the bishop, and now the one more incredible move, which is queen to h5, check to the king. And now the lots of people will simply push the pawn and think, hey, I'm attacking the knight, attacking the queen, if you save the queen, I will take the knight. But now he just forgetted about this. Knight goes to d6 check, knight d6 check, and this is not only a check, this is a discover attack to the queen. And now the pawn takes the knight and I will take the queen and win the game. I hope you liked the video, so drop the like and subscribe to the Dhyan Chess Academy. Thank you.